Before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Huge thank you guys for 286,500, which I had 280. So let's say we're trying to hit 287,000 subscribers by like Monday and Tuesday. It's going to be really, really close. But if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We put more My Team content here than anywhere else. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. Guys, DBG here. And today we're going to be doing something very, very interesting. We're going to be actually comparing the best squad to, as of today, the 8th of May, in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM versus NBA 2K22. So obviously we're going to be looking at the ins and outs of the players and which cards were better for their specific time. So anyway, this is just going to be, if you guys think that we're just getting too many good cards too early this year, you guys are going to see, trust me, we're not. If you guys just wait to see what we got last year, it was kind of nuts. But anyway, yeah, so first and foremost, NBA 2K22. At the point guard position, I think I'm going to chuck in Luca and Simmons. I think I'm going to put in Luca and Simmons because I think Jordan probably belongs somewhere in the squad as well. I think Jordan's going to go in at the 2. Either way. So we look at Ben Simmons this year. So Ben Simmons he's got the Scotty behind the back, which is Pro 3. Quick triple stop, which is good. Ben Simmons on quick, not very quick. Hot zones everywhere outside the 3-point line. He has only 4 half shooting badges, but 29 goals. Really, really good stats. Total of 3-1-10, which is really, really good. If you look at Luca Doncic, on the other hand, is a 6'7" point guard with a 6'8" wingspan, 24 huffs on him, with a grand total of 3,064 total stats. But the thing is with Luca, he does have that super glitchy release with Luca on very quick, which is an unbelievable release. Card that did come out on the 4th of March though, which is kind of crazy. But then when we're looking at NBA 2K, if we're looking at NBA 2K21, so like today is the 8th of May, so I have clicked on the wrong thing. Updates here. The 8th of May, the last card batch we got before the 8th of May, we actually hadn't got Invincibles this stage. Season 7 had already started. So we were looking at like LeBron existed, small forward Thon Maker existed. But the best point guard in the game, no question about it, was Warped Reality Ben Simmons. So Warped Reality Ben Simmons came out in Season 6. So this guy was by far the best point guard in the game. And honestly, I'm trying to remember who was the number 2 point guard in that game. Like, none of these guys were that great, were they? Was Luca still the number 2 point guard in the game? I think Luca might have been the number 2 point guard in the game. I'm looking through Season 6, like, I think I used Darren Williams in my squad. Or Grant. No, Grant Hill was. Luca Doncic was really good, though, last year. So Grant Hill and Ben Simmons, both gens, it did not matter. They were the 2 best. So Grant Hill, 6'8", 6'11" wingspan. He came with quick dribble style, the Curry slide, base 1 on very quick, and the Pro 3, which is the Scotty behind the back. Range extender, he also came with 42 Hall of Fames, perfect stats, and 3,176 total stats. We look at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, he came with 44 huffs, including 12 huff shooting badges versus the 4 this year, and 3,148 total stats. So, like, Ben Simmons this year, I think, comes with 3,110, so he was 38 total stats better, but he was also way more huff badges better. He had Ben Simmons on very quick dribble style. He could Curry slide. Bad behind the back, though. So, it's like, is the Curry slide and quick dribble style better this year than last year? I think Simmons is way better this year than last year. I just want to put that out there. I think the Ben Simmons is way better. Like, this year's Simmons is way better than last year's Simmons. But also, this year's Luca is way, way better than last year's Grant Hill. This year's Luca is hell. So while, yeah, I don't think like they've got the stat advantage this year's point guards, no, I think Luca's just so damn good. He was just glitchy. I think if a card like that was in the game last year, he would be equally as glitchy. Like with the way last year's game was, with the ghost contest, but also the fact you could green heavies really easily. I think Luca could have been hell. I think you put that Luca in the game last year, he could have been absolute hell. So now we're on to the shooting guard positions. So at this stage in the game, I'm gonna put for NBA 2K22, I'm gonna put Jordan in as one of the shooting guards, and I'm gonna put Seti. I think I might put Seti in. Yeah, I'm gonna put Cedric Maxwell in. Like, I think we got some okay players today, last week. But with Seddy Maxwell, you're basically getting like 6'8", 7'1" wingspan, 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 88 3 ball. Ridiculous total stats. 3'0", 3'6" total stats. So many good animations. Base 3 on very quick. Quick dribble style. Wiggins behind the back. Like Seddy is a really, really good card, lads. He is a really good card. He's one of the best cards in the game, period. And Jordan is maybe still the #1 card in the game. Like, 6'6", 6'11" wingspan. He creates so well. He's got the Trey, the Kyrie size up, the Trey combo, the Trey escape, quick dribble style. Scotty behind the back, normal leaner. Jordan, a very quickest chick. His card was so good, man. His card is so good. And now last year, I'm trying to think, what 2 guards did we get in Season 6? Like, Season 6, I know who I'm putting in at small forward. I know that for a fact, who I'm putting in there. But, I'm trying to think, what, did we get any really good 2 guards? Like, Warped Reality, I mean, Idols Westbrook was a terrible set. Tracy McGrady, probably. DeMar DeRozan, were they better than T-Mac? Man, Season 6 was a real disappointment, wasn't it? I think we're probably going to put in Tracy McGrady and DeMar DeRozan. It's probably Tracy McGrady. I'm looking at 2 guards last year. Like, there's not that much of a choice. Last year it was very top-heavy as a game mode, wasn't it? Like, Jordan wasn't that good. None of these other guys were that good. Yeah, it's T-Mac and DeRozan, basically very similar cards. The difference is that, I think it's DeRozan. I think Tracy McGrady got his release on quick, and I think DeRozan got it on very quick. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's where the difference was. So Tracy McGrady, again, 3-1-1-1 total stats, 39.5. It's like a ridiculous stat, like just perfect stats in this game. He had 95 steal. He had Trey Burke on quick with quick dribble style. Pro 2 Skies Up Escape, which was the Curry slide. Pro 1 behind the back, which isn't great. But last year, quick and shifty were basically the exact same. But if you looked at DeMar DeRozan last year, DeMar DeRozan came with very, very similar stats. Same amount of half badges. He was a little bit smaller. He had Trey Burke on quick with shifty, Pro 2, Pro 1 behind the back. Why was it that I thought DeRozan was better than T-Mac? I'm wrong with that one, am I? Is it this DeRozan that had the release on very quick? Yeah, it was this DeRozan that was, for some reason, better than Tracy McGrady's. Or Dark Matter. But no, it's DeRozan and T-Mac, basically 2 of the same cards. Trey Burke release was really good. But clearly this year, these 2 guys are a lot better than the 2 guards right here. However, this is where it gets really interesting. So for NBA 2K22, at the small forward position, there are a lot of really good players that you guys can run there. You guys can run an AK, you guys can run a Draymond, you guys can run a Kevin Durant. Honestly, you guys could survive if you're running a Mikal Bridges at any level of this game. MPJ is pretty good. Melo's really good. But I probably would rather run Melo to 2. You can run a lot of these power forwards down at small forward. I think it's Dre. Is it crazy to say Dre? Is it crazy to say Dre? Because like 8 or Giannis is there as well. Giannis is a really good player. A lot of guys, if you're looking at say zero gravity, the reward cards are pretty good as well. Paul George is good. I see Bob Nellick, he's not a small forward, but like there's a lot of these really good defensive players in the game. I'm gonna go Draymond. I've definitely forgot a player. Definitely forgot someone, but I'm gonna go Draymond and AK. Either way, at this small forward position, you can use Giannis. You can use a whole lot of other players. There are so many guys you can use, whether they're primary small forwards, secondary small forwards. Let me just check here. Just make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Small forward include secondary. Sort by date added. I mean, Denny's God, but like he definitely doesn't belong. Mikal Bridges, Will Barton. No, like Melo will be in with a shout. I love Herb Jones. I'm gonna put Carmelo in actually. I'm gonna put Carmelo in over AK. Because I really like Carmelo Anthony. I think he's a really good shooter. I think he moves well. Both these guys are perfect stats-wise. But if we're looking at NBA 2K21, this card existed. This guy existed. Danny Ferry. He was my small forward till the end of the year. I'm not even kidding. Like, Danny Ferry was the damn best. He was the best. He really was the best. And then, like, you could use Zion Williamson, who was insane as well, as small forward. Who else was there? Start of season 7, LeBron James, but Thon Maker. Thon Maker. These guys at the small forward position, Danny Ferry and Thon. Thon was 7 foot tall. Like, Thon was better than this year's Thon. He had 47 hops, was 7 foot tall, perfect stats. He had base 47 and very quick. Best behind the back, shifty dribble style. And last year, tall players actually moved fast, and rather than how slow he moves this year. Like, a stupid amount of Huff badges. An absolutely stupid amount. Like, Thon was ridiculous. He was ridiculous. And Ferry in there as well. Ferry was the biggest joke in the game. Lads. Ferry came with 33 base badges. And you're like, okay, that's nothing major. No, he came with also 34 gold badges. So he had 77 of, or say he had 67 of like the 74 badges in the game. He didn't have anything that mattered. He had 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 97 3 ball. His stats were basically 99 everything. Perfect tendencies. He had the quiet line of defensive stats, 7'5 wingspan, quick dribble style, pro 3 behind the back, pro 2 escape, base 98 on very quick. The normal leader on base 98 was a really good release. Danny Ferry was him, lads. Danny Ferry was so damn good. And the small forwards this year are like Draymond, Melo, AK, whoever you're running, they're nothing on Thon Maker and Danny Ferry. Absolutely nothing. This year's power forwards, we're going Shaquille O'Neal Invincible and Bob Nedelicki. I'm going Bob Nedelicki just because he's so damn cheesy. He is one of the players I hate playing against the most. You maybe can argue Blake is better, and I'm not, like, you might be right, but Bob. The more I play against Bob, the more I hate Bob. I hate this card so much. He is so damn hell to guard. Shaq with 99 every single stat. Bob Nedelicki with set shot 25, which is just hell. Which is just absolute hell. But last year, though, this card existed. Like, you're acting like Warped Reality Bobo didn't exist. Now, Warped Reality Bobo was so good that, like, I can't even describe how good Warped Reality Bobo was. And then it's just finding the other power forward. Because again, like, Kareem could only play center, Shaq could only play center. I mean, Kuz was good. There were a lot of good cards that came out. There were a lot of good cards. And I just have this weird position. Like, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me for this. But I'm going as my backup power forward at this stage in my team. At this stage in... a lot of people ran Bobo center and just cheese with him, by the way. You could do that as well. Was Bobo light? Especially if you're on... I'm talking next gen for both of these. I'm purely talking next gen. Alexei Pokashevsky, not this card. Alexei Pokashevsky's pink diamond card. He was Bobo light. These guys, you just went side to 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 side. Pro 2 Curry slide side to side to side. They step back, hit a 3 in their face, or you blew by them and dunked. There was nothing you could do to guard either of these guys. Bobo was just better. Bobo was straight up better. But Alexei Pokashevsky on next gen was Bobo light. Unbelievable card. And you could play Alexei at small forward if you wanted to. You could play Bobo with Alexei. You could go Alexei, Bobo, and Danny Ferry. Like, you would go with these, like, oh, it was just so damn cheese. It was just so damn cheese. And, like, regardless, I think Shaq is a beast. I think Nedelicki's a beast, but not even on the stratosphere. Man, that Bobo changed everything. That Bobo changed the damn game, despite the fact that his stats were terrible and he was a 95 overall pink diamond. He changed everything in that game. So now this year with the centers, we got Yao. And we're going to go Kristaps. We're going to put in Kristaps Porzingis. So Yao and Kristaps are both really, really good players. Like, Yao just uncontestable, 7'5 shooter. in a game where mashing and height matters. And Porzingis is a 7'3" shooter who's a lot more mobile, not as tall, in a game where mashing and height matters. Last year, the best centers, it's really hard to tell because like people were actually running AD at center last year. Like Ralph was probably the best. Because Ralph was hell on next gen. Like I know he didn't have a good dribble style, but he could still Curry slide. He still had a decent release. He was like a way better Wilt Chamberlain. Like Ralph actually was hell on next gen. He wasn't great on current gen, but he was absolutely hell on next. Like these stats were really good. Like imagine if Ralph had these stats this year, by the way. Like imagine if Ralph came with 47 half badges and 85-3, 88 speed. Like he would probably be better in this year's Yao. He just wasn't though. He was alright. He was good. Not a lot of people had him though. He was kind of a disappointment. Because when he came out, actually, I can't remember when they changed his wingspan. Because he actually had T-Rex arms and they gave him a longer wingspan. And the other center, I mean, do I go Wilt or Shaq? Like it's like, do I go Wilt or do I go Shaq? Or do I throw a curve ball and go Chris Bosh? So I think that's who people were using back then. I can't even remember who people were using this time last year. Ah, I know who. I'm wrong. It was either Kareem or David Robinson. It was Kareem, probably. Kareem or D-Rob. It was Kareem because post hooks at this stage I think were still a thing. I'm not entirely sure how post hooks been patched at this stage. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 7'2", 7'5" wingspan, like perfect stats. Basically this year's Kareem. Last year's centers are better. Or say this year's centers are better. Ralph Sampson, he should have, like if you look around Sampson's stats and put him in this year's game, you're like, oh, would be God. No, nowhere near as dominant as this year's Yao. Nowhere near, like Kristaps is pretty good. So overall, you might be saying, oh, 2K have released way more OP cards last year. The only cards that I'm going to say are objectively better than like Jordan this year are Simmons, Ferry, Bobo. At this stage last year, they released 3 game-changing cards, which were Simmons, Ferry, and Bobo, who I agree are better than any card we have this year, including Michael Jordan. But this year, we have like all of these guys and a whole bunch of other guys that can compete with them. So I kind of like what 2K have done this year. I really do. A lot of good cards because you're acting like you can't just go out there with Danny Avdia and have success. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.